Okay, so I am practicing for my exam coming up, and I need to work on some reflexology techniques. So I have a foot here. This is a sock. This is the right foot, the bottom of the right foot. So the dorsal side of the foot is here, and the plantar side of the foot is here, the bottom. This is the big toe. So this is signifies the spine. So this is the medial side of the foot. And then the waist and the back is the outside of the foot. So there are these 26 techniques of reflexology that I'm going to be practicing for my exam. And I'm going to go through each of the techniques. And the purpose of this video is for me to learn and remember the techniques. So the first thing that we do in a reflexology session is we ground ourselves. So grounding down with my feet, grounding down if I had the client on the table and both feet were up, we would have the feet like this, right? We would just hold the feet. We might even cross our hands to ground ourselves and just close the eyes, take a couple deep breaths. That's very important. The first thing you want to do, first thing, is ground ourselves. So deep breaths. Just kind of create a boundary of grounding for ourselves and for the patient and make them comfortable. Second thing we want to do is relaxation technique. So relaxation technique, for the sake of the video, I'm just going to take away the left foot, the right. We would gently place our hands near the ankle bones and just kind of rock side to side, getting any tension and stress out of the foot. Obviously, this isn't a real foot, so it's not a true motion of what the foot would do, but that's just a nice relaxation technique. The second relaxation technique I would do would be the diaphragm walk, and you always want to start on the medial side. So you want to start on the inside. So I'm going to have a nice firm hold on the foot, and we walk our thumb across the diaphragm line, which is just under like that little lumpy part of the foot. And we just kind of press in like an inchworm across the diaphragm line. And then when we get to the other side, we hold and walk across, little inchworm across what we call the diaphragm line. Anything here to here represents diaphragm. And you can see on here it shows lungs, heart are in there, right? Diaphragm. Again, this foot is not to scale, it's just to practice. So we'll do that a couple times, coming across for the diaphragm walk. Metatarsal kneading. Metatarsal kneading would be a push and a pull using the whole body. So the metatarsals up here on the top, I would want to push in as I kneaded. That's why it's called metatarsal kneading. I'm kneading the top of the foot as I push in and knead that top of the foot. So I would go through that a couple times. It's a push, pull, and a squeeze. Then I would do over the ankle rotation. So I would bring my hand over the ankle and grab a hold of the big toe. So there's the big toe or the grand toe. Okay, we would just rotate the ankle. Good. And then the under ankle rotation, we would gently grab underneath and support the foot again with the big toe and add some rotations. And now that we've rotated the ankle, we can do some toe rotations. And when we do toe rotations, again, everything starts medial. We're going to use the thumb and come all the way down to the base. And just really nice rotation of each of the phalanges, each of the toes. Okay, and then we do what's called the spinal twist. We suction cup our hands to the medial side of the foot. So we would suction cup our hands like so, and we would say, we'd joke in class, we say vroom, vroom, vroom. You obviously would not say that to a client, but we do vroom, 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 vroom. And then maybe another side to side, get out any of the tension, you know, always check on the client, make sure the client's doing okay, make sure they're breathing. Hook the pineal or pituitary. It's a J push with the thumb and great toe only. I'm reading my notes here. So, hook the pineal. So we would look on the foot, and again, you guys are learning with me. So let's locate the pineal. We're gonna pull out our book here just to double check. Okay, foot chart, pineal. Okay, so we've got, where is the pineal gland? Pituitary and pineal. Okay, so you can see right here, we are working on the right foot. So you can see the pineal right here. The pituitary and pineal is right in the center of the big toe. And we're gonna do a J hook. So we're gonna want to hold the foot and do a little hook. It's like I'm making a J. Just make sure, once again, the client is breathing, hooking the pineal. Good. With the thumb and the great toe only. Okay. Next technique we would do is called roll the brain with the pointer fingers. So, rolling the brain with the pointer fingers, have a nice firm hand on the foot. And this is my pointer finger, right? So I'm going to literally roll the brain. The brain is the top of the toes. So my finger is going like this around the big toe, around the grand toe. And then I would hold this side as I come over with this finger. Roll the toe, roll the brain, okay? Then after that would be 3 swipes down the toes. We're gonna walk the toes. So it's a little inchworm down the toes. Okay, so again, medial side. This is the inside of the foot, the spine. I'm gonna come down the toe. All the way down, little inchworm down the big toe, then little inchworm down the second toe, little inchworm down the third toe, little inchworm down the fourth toe, little inchworm down the baby toe. Okay, and then after that, we're gonna wink the toes. So fist in with the thumbs to wink. Okay, fist in with the thumbs to wink. Pull down. There's gonna be a bus across. So the little bus is gonna come across, it's gonna wink the toes. So fist in to hold. Again, medial side. Wink, 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 wink. Fist in with the thumbs to wink, okay? Fist in. The thumb always drives the bus. Wink, 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 wink. If these were real toes, they would be winking. Wink, 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 wink. So underneath the toes here, okay? Now we're gonna walk the lymph in between the zones with the thumbs on the plantar side. So we're gonna walk the lymph in between the zones with the thumbs. So on the plantar side, okay, this is the top of the foot. I'll show you. Top of the foot here. This represents the lymph, okay? So when we walk the lymph, it's in between the zones. So in between the toes. We just walk it with our thumbs. And it says fist in, use fingers. So we would want to put our fist in. Again, this is a little challenging because it's not a real foot. And then use our fingers. There, that's what I did wrong. We're using our fingers to walk the lymph. You can use your pointer fingers to walk the lymph. Okay, fist in, use fingers. I'm gonna have to highlight that to remember. The dorsal side of the foot for the lymph, we use our pointer finger. Now we're going to want to do the waist to the diaphragm. So diagonals with our thumb. Okay, so we've got our diaphragm here. Remember, that's our diaphragm up here. And then there's another line here that represents the waist. So you can see it's small intestines, kidney, stomach, colon, spleen, adrenal glands, all in here. Okay, so we want to work diagonal, always starting medial side. And we'll hold it with the left hand and come up, and we'll make, again, little inchworm diagonals all the way across. And then hold it with this foot, this hand, and make little diagonals all the way across. And then you want to do your diagonals waist to pelvis. And down here you can see pelvis is genitals, bladder, right? So we're going to do our diagonals at the bottom part of the foot. Obviously taking our time with the client. And then other way, coming across. And then we want to go across the pelvis. Okay, making some lines. These lines are across instead of diagonal. And then we're going to walk bladder to kidney 3 times. So bladder to kidney. So you can even see on here, bladder is down here, medial side of the foot, and kidney is up here. And so we're going to walk that line 3 times. 2, inching with the thumb, 3, and then we walk the spine. So this is representative of the whole spine. We've got our cervical spine, our thoracic spine, and our lumbar spine, lower spine down here. And we're gonna go up, inching along the spine. And then we're gonna come down. We're gonna go up. We're gonna come down. Okay, we're making our way through. Reproductive ankle walk, both sides. Okay, so the ankle represents the reproductive system. And we want to do the ankle, right? So we're going to want to walk with our thumb across the ankle bone. Then we would go this side of the ankle and walk the ankle bone. Again, that's the plantar side, or I'm sorry, the dorsal side. Walk the great toe, entire dorsal side. So we'd want to walk the great toe on the dorsal side, kind of like give the top of the toe a massage. Ankle and lymph slapping. So that's when we kind of just go like this with the foot, and the tops of the fingers start to make like a little slapping noise on the foot, waking up the lymph. And then solar plexus push. This would be both feet, okay? And the solar plexus is right in the center of the foot. It's not listed on my feet I have here, so I'm going to show you with my book. Solar plexus push. Okay, so if you look on here, solar plexus is like a sun, a ray of sun. And you can see right there, it says solar plexus, okay? And then the arrow points us to right in the middle of the foot, just below the diaphragm line. It's kind of like in the diaphragm line, underneath the lung. So what we would do with the client is have them take a big inhale. And on the exhale, we would push and release. We would do it a few times. Inhale, push, and release. So they would take a big inhale. The exhale, we would push and release. Then we would ground one last time. We'd ground ourselves and ground the client and just check in on them, see how they're feeling, grab them some water. And those are the 26 techniques for reflexology that I learned.